setting my drone up now. I'm using a ND4 filter, which is from Mavic Pro. Got these Mavic Pro extension legs, and I must admit they're really good. Okay. What I'm going to do first is calibrate the drone. It's just something I always do when I come to a new location. You just never know what it might do if it decides to go where it's not where you want it to go. So we're ready. And then we've got to calibrate. So some people walk around in a circle. I just turn the drone. And there we are, done. So, put it on the launch pad. I've got these quiet propellers. I must admit I've just bought packs of these because if there is a new DJI 3, Mavic 3, you never know, it might be worthwhile. I'm shooting at 24 frames and I got my shutter speed at 50, so that should be good. Okay. Off we go. So we've got a couple of flights done. Been down here for about an hour and a half. So time to back away. I'm so glad that I came down here. Really good spot. And I've only seen one person who's walking down past the river. So start putting stuff away. This low pro backpack is fantastic. Got enough room for 4 batteries, controller, other bits and pieces. Always make sure you get your ID card, guys. Well, you don't need to have it, but it's worth having. But it's so easy to pack things away. Got quite a few low pro bits and pieces. The ND filters I think are brilliant personally. And there's this gimbal cover which really is solid. Can't do any damage with it whatsoever. And I've got the low pro extension legs, which again are really useful. And then they do some bits to hold your, well, this is actually by PGI Tech, these bits, but they're really good because they hold the blades in place. So that's the back ones. And keeps them tidy. And then you've got a little cover that goes over the top. The front face ones. Again, just keeps it all nice and tidy. And this just slips in the bag like so. So that's how it looks like in there. They also do a nice USB iPad lead, which again stores nicely in there. Big giant by Tech sunshade, and this is the turn this off. I think they call it the Pilot Pro. It will hold an iPad. You've got interlocking systems on here, and you can just unscrew and take this off. cover, got this on Amazon, which sits over the controllers, Yorks or whatever you want to call them, and they sit in there. And then there's this zip pocket, which is 2 ways to get to it, and now they can put the controller frame in there. My hands, I find it quite difficult, so I got this brace, again I got from Amazon. I'm not sure how much they cost, they're not very expensive. And again, that slots in there. And my drone for dogs. And again, that the slots pocket. And then nice hard out the and on the back, put the shade in, put the iPad in. There you go, ready to go. Now this helipad, I've had a while now, and it's great because it has these sort of bags, and I just put some pebbles in them, and it just means I haven't got to sort of use the pegs to put it down, and I can use it on hard ground. I think being a photographer and working with these type of shades that come out, you've got to fold them up in a very unique H shape to get it in there. There we go, all done. So, back in the car. Get the little chair in. So if I had £1 for every time I did this, could probably hire a chauffeur. Right. Time for a nice cup of coffee, I think. Nice flask. Turn the music down a bit. So, I've been down here now for 2 hours. And it's been a good morning. The sun has been a bit, excuse me, one drink. It's been sunny, but the sun's not broken through the cloud that's been over this way. When I was travelling here down to Purton, south, towards the south here, the skies were actually clear, and I thought it'd be great. By the time I get down here, it'd be the same kind of thing. But no, sadly it wasn't. But it's still been good. I think I got some really good footage. Done some photos, so I can make some images of that. Played around with a couple of the mods in the GoPro 4 app, where you can spiral and circular around. I mean, I've always liked panning by hand. It's with a drone, it's quite hard to actually adjust your angle of moving from to the side, but also getting the drone to move sideways and kind of out pushing forward. If that's the right way to explain it. But it is a sort of, when you look at your thumbs on the yokes, that they are sort of doing an odd kind of thing, because it's not sort of pushing it forward on the right stick and then it's going forward. You're doing a little bit of that, but you're also pushing on the left stick to get it to sort of turn while it's going forward, if that makes sense. And I know that, you know, the app has these things that can do it for you, but it's just nice, I think, actually doing it yourself. You can say, I didn't cheat on that, I did it myself. And it makes you feel proud about what your work is. You know, it's been 2 years now I've been flying drones. I don't think I would have been interested if it hadn't been for the camera. Because purely, being a photographer, that's my main part. I mean, I brought my camera down with me today, but it's such a hike to go down the lane of the canal and then back and then go back again with the camera case. But I got some images that literally with a drone you couldn't have got if you were on the path of the river. Being able to sort of fly out towards the river and then facing forwards, you're getting that image that nobody has to be able to get unless they were on a boat, basically. So that's what drones are for me. It's about being able to take photos that look unique and is not the same to everybody else, if that makes sense. You know, probably loads and loads of photographers and videographers or even drone pilots have come down here and probably filmed exactly the same kind of thing, but we've all done it in our own little way, differently, whether it's the editing and what have you, and the images as well. You know, digital compared to film is so different. I mean, I've worked in film photography, and even though you're setting your ISO and you're setting your f-stop, aperture, and shutter speed, the great thing about sort of film photography is you don't really know how that image has come out till it gets processed, and then you get the negative, and then you do all the work of putting it onto photographic paper, and then you start to do a bit of the sort of editing with the shadows and the darks and what have you. And it's this very unique way of doing things with that. With digital image, you've got it on a computer, you can make copies and copies and copies. If you make a mistake, you can go back. Do that in film, well, you have to start from fresh with another sheet of photographic paper. You've got a negative, as long as it's come out correctly and is in focus, you never have a problem. But it's using the paper, and the photographic paper is not cheap these days, nor is the chemicals. So digital is a whole different story. Look at that, sun's coming out now. Okay, that's enough coffee. Got something here which I've just dropped, and I must admit I never leave home without it. And make sure you wash it after you got home. If you're not sure what it is, drop a line and I'll tell you. Right, let's start her up. Navigate home. Okay, let's go home.